Hey, how we doing, everybody? This is Justin Whaley with Still Learning. Appreciate you joining me. You'll have to forgive me, and I will apologize. Got a little bit of a mess going on. I'm in the midst of kind of cleaning up an area, so I've got some more area for fermentation and things like that. But I have my first viewer question, or my first viewer slash follower question that I don't think I could answer in comment form in the comments. I probably could, but I honestly I wanted to get this video out there because I think I could say it a whole lot better if I'm actually making a video and just talking to you all. So Thad Hollows, he asked if I believed that you could blend different batches of mead together to create a certain flavor profile or desired flavor and sweetness. Short answer is yes, absolutely you can. You can blend anything. You can blend wines, whiskeys, bourbons, other spirits, mead. You can blend anything to make the flavor profile that you want. The long answer is I think it's going to take a whole lot of tinkering, a whole lot of note keeping, vigorous note keeping, and patience. I go over this a little bit in my next episode of my podcast, and if you haven't listened to it, I highly suggest you do, or I ask you to. Is about the best way I can say it. I'm asking you to go listen to my podcast. But I go over this a little bit, and I'll kind of go into it now. One of my favorite meads to make is a bochet, and I've made a couple of them now. The first one that I actually got made correctly, or that I didn't believe I messed up on, I'd actually forgotten about and let it sit on the shelf, and the airlock went dry, and I thought it would have had it went bad because it was terrible when I first tried it. But it was actually good after about a year and a half. So it's going to take time. Also, most meads are not going to be good to drink straight after bottling or straight after stabilization and back sweetening. Now, as far as the blending goes, I think it would be better off as a sweet mead. Most of the dry meads that I've made, or even sparkling meads, taste more like a white wine, and I don't think blending white wines really do much for the character of that wine. I've had a few, dry meads that have some body and flavor to them, but most to me just drink like an unoaked Chardonnay or a Vidal Blanc with some little bit of honey backbone and some floral notes to it. Is about the best way I can explain that. So I think it would be better off to do with a either semi-sweet or a sweet mead. Now, what I would like to do, and the only reason I haven't done it is because honey is expensive, but what I would like to do is make multiple single 1 gallon batches of bochet. Now, if you're not familiar with what a bochet is, it is a mead that is made from caramelized honey. So you caramelize it up to a certain point, your desired point, and you ferment that. What that does is that creates unfermentable sugars. It also changes the flavor profile, so you're going to have some of that caramelization, that Maillard reaction, and it's just going to have a different flavor profile versus a mead that is has the same amount of honey in it that has been allowed to ferment dry. So when you have unfermentable sugars, you're going to have leftover sweetness and things like that, and once again the flavor profile is going to be different because of the caramelization of the honey. But what I would like to do is, like I said, have multiple single 1 gallon batches going, but do different caramelization levels on each one. Maybe five gallons of, at a medium heat for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and so on and so forth, and then do 5 1 gallon batches at high heat at 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, so on and so forth. Let all of those ferment to where they complete their ferment. Let them condition in glass for such and such amount of time, or maybe even in a small barrel. 1 gallon barrel is not ideal. I'd like to do it in 5 gallon, but obviously I can't do, right now, 10 5 gallon batches of bochet. It's just not feasible for me right now. But maybe even age them in a barrel, but let them condition some way, and then take vigorous notes and blend those to make something that's better than what it would have been if you did not blend them. So I know that was a long answer, but I feel if you kind of throw some of your own knowledge in there and some of your own experiences and some of the things that you enjoy, that lets people know how you feel about it, and that you kind of actually maybe know what you're talking about. I really don't know what I'm talking about. I fake it till I make it. But that's what this is all about. This is me learning. This is me being able to spread knowledge to other people. And this is me hopefully picking up some other knowledge as I'm studying and trying to answer some of these questions. So I do appreciate your question. If anybody else has any questions, please drop them in the comments. I will get to them as soon as I can. You can reach out to me at stilllearning.inc22@gmail.com or any of my social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I appreciate y'all. Catch you on the next one.